everybody, back in San Diego, 4 days to preview night, and there's a lot of progress here in the area of wraps, builds, all sorts of Comic-Con theming. So we're gonna take you around, show you some updates here. I don't think we're gonna revisit anything from the last video that was done. So like Teen Wolf was pretty much wrapped up. So we'll try to show you new stuff here and see what you like. All right, let's get looking. All right, so to me, the biggest find of the day has been all of the Comic-Con signage up on the convention center itself. It's something that just hits different seeing that. I mean, I love the wraps, and actually let's take a step back, and Crapopolis is looking good. Lots of progress there for this new animated Dan Harmon Fox show. And then we've got Severance. Still a slow process getting this one together, but it started Monday morning. It's Saturday. I don't think I've ever seen anything go quite this long, but it's getting there. Looks like maybe it'll be finished up in the next day. Who knows, maybe even today they can still get there. We've got Interview with a Vampire with another wrap. So we have the Pendry, which we featured in the last video, but it's over here now as well. So it gets a big prominent feature. But again, the big thing to us today has been just seeing the signage up. So good to see that back. The 10 Forward build has begun as well for Star Trek, but there's really nothing to see. We just finished up a 90-minute walking tour in great detail for our Patreon crew on Parks and Cons, so I'm not gonna do as in-depth here going all over again because I'm pretty worn out at this point, but there really isn't anything to see at Trek right now over at 10 Forward except for just some stacks of, you know, audio equipment and things like that. But obviously Rings of Power, quite the opposite here, not an offsite, but the wraps went up fast and they look amazing. Now over here we have House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel. You can see they've stuck put in quite a bit since our last update over here. I mean, they have been going all out, and it is packed. With the space is like all the walls are up, all sorts of stuff there. So along with Amazon, Paramount Plus has gone big. We have the Teen Wolf wrap. Here we've got Beavis and Butthead taking over this side of the Hilton Gaslamp. And then over at the Marriott, we have Star Trek, Discovery, Picard, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, and then it looks like it'll be Prodigy at the end there. Here's more of that House of Dragon build. Quite a big one. And then again up there, Beavis and Butthead from a different angle. And there's the front of House of the Dragon. Quite an elaborate build. Definitely seems to be the biggest build of the year so far. Although Netflix has a lot going on down their way too. We'll get to there in a minute. All right, so Walking Dead is taking the spot where DC Universe was in 2018. So it looks like you'll be going up these stairs, Resist the Commonwealth, to make your way into the offsite. Got Carol and Daryl up there. And they've started to put some black over here as well. Looks like to extend the scene. And there we got more advertisement for the last episode up there with the cast featured. We shared this on social media today and talked a little bit more about it in our walking tour for the Patreon crowd there, but just this is one of my favorite places during the con today, is just seeing the heroes up there, Flash, Lois, Superman, the official Comic-Con signage, and Star Trek up there all at once. Just awesome seeing all those properties together. Now over here, this looks like this is going to be one of the maybe surprise hits of the weekend. It just looks like a lot of fun. They're putting all the sand. They've been working on these sand sculptures. So this is for Audible for their summer slate. I didn't even remember them being here in 2019, but they were. But I don't think I'm going to forget what they're doing here in 2022 with all of this detailed work. So it's been neat all day seeing the sculpture work going on here. So my understanding, we'll have sculptures for the Sandman and Moriarty, and I believe one other of their properties. These are gonna be great. I love seeing these go together. Cannot wait to see the finished product. And then in the old Amazon spot here, they're using about 40% of that for the gray man. You can see even a wrap way back there. They're slowly putting it together here. And this is right behind Audible, across from the Marriott. Just can't wait to see this kind of escape room type of fun. So we saw the Crapopolis wrap up over on the Omni, but over here will be the off-site. And there's, I believe it's a 40-foot tall slide that'll take you into kind of this amusement park area. It seems along the lines of the Animation Domination carnival setup that they've had for Fox before. So very little there, just the slide kind of starting to go up. And then across the way here at the Marriott, we're gonna take you to the front of the hotel in a moment here, but this wrap I'm really loving. Dragon Ball Super Superhero. They do some great artwork on it. All right, they're so exclusively coming to movie theaters in August, and there's that art that I'm talking about. Just love that. The Bandai activation will actually be behind there. That similar area to where Dragon Ball's been in the past. It also looks, I just noticed over here on the wraps for the Marriott, they are adding on the side of the Star Trek one, it says Marriott welcomes. So I guess I'll say Marriott welcomes Comic-Con attendees, San Diego Comic-Con attendees, but that's a new touch. And this has been added to the front of the Marriott here, or Dragon Ball Superhero. And again, exclusively in movie theaters, August 19th. Okay, we're making our way down to FX. They are back, and it is very 2019 thematically. You've got American Horror Story being celebrated up there. We'll see what we can grab of the offsite itself in terms of the look, but the labyrinth related to horror stories going up, and it just has kind of a spooky vibe down there, which we love. So as you can see, the area that's normally Adult Swim is empty. So I'm not sure if we're gonna see anything there or not, but nothing currently. And then over here, FX stretches back to, it seems like pretty much its normal spot here. It's a big old piece of territory there. Glad to see them return, and really, like I said, looking very much like they did in 2019. Get some of that spooky vibe, like cemetery type feel. There were some gargoyles in the back, they're hard to see. And then over at the convention center, those iconic tents. They just started this morning, and they already are mostly in place. I mean, obviously still work going on here. You can see some more piping and stuff out, but a lot of tents done in a small amount of time, relatively speaking, today. So from nothing to iconic imagery here. And then as we're making our way, it's one of those shots like we're seeing the tents, we're seeing some animation from Fox across the way on the Omni, Severance back there on the Hard Rock, and then boom, over by Hall H. H is like the Comic-Con sign that remains all year, always feeling like Comic-Con, even though it's just a regular part of the convention center. But add in that blue and yellow and that I for Comic-Con International, and it just all feels like home. Love that, the Comic-Con signage, and across the way the wraps. It is really feeling like it's time for the show to begin. All right, then way out here, the Lion's Manor, got a Gray Man wrap, which kind of hangs over the Netflix Gray Man offsite to a certain extent.